So are you the one who's still writing blog content manually? Then this video is definitely for you. So hello all, welcome back to Pabbly Connect, and in this video we are going to understand how to generate e-commerce blog content using an AI agent. So like you, I also used to manually write the blog content, but this is such a time consuming and a tedious task. So to solve this problem, I've simply created this amazing automation where what is going to happen is that as soon as I add the product details and the rest of the details into my Google Sheets, automatically my AI agent generates me the blog content, and then further I'm just going to add that content into a Google Docs and then back again into Google Sheets. So to do this, we are simply going to create a connection between Google Sheets, OpenAI, Google Docs and then Google Sheets. And to create this connection without knowing any programming or coding language, we are going to use Pabbly Connect. It is an amazing automation software. So if you also want to create this amazing automation for your own business, then for that you have to come with me towards my screen. Welcome to my screen everyone, and in this video I'll show you how to generate e-commerce blog content using AI agent and Pabbly Connect. So what I'm just going to do is I'm simply going to enter the blog topic right over here, then I'm just going to enter the target keyword right over here, then I'm just going to enter the product category, and automatically and within seconds the blog content will be generated and added right over here. We just have to wait for a few seconds till the blog content is getting generated, and further the link of that blog content will be added right over here, and then my team can review the content, edit it and post it accordingly. So we just have to wait for a few seconds till the content is getting generated. And as you can see that we have successfully received this link, so I'm just going to open this right over here, and as you can see that using these same details the blog content has been generated and added right over here. So yes, this is no magic, this is the power of automation which we are just going to create in today's video. And if you also want to create this amazing automation, then for that you have to watch this tutorial till the end. So to do this, I'm just going to open a new tab and I'm just going to look for the landing page of Pabbly Connect simply by searching pabbly.com/connect in my browser. Now it is opening the landing page of Pabbly Connect, and over here we're just going to get two options. One is sign in and the another one is sign up for free. So if you're a new user, you can click on this sign up for free and you're going to get 100 of tasks free every month to explore the application. But over here I am an existing user, so I'm simply going to click on this button which says sign in, and now it is opening all Pabbly apps, and over here you're going to see all the tools and applications offered by Pabbly. But in today's video we are going to use Pabbly Connect because we are connecting different applications. So I'm simply going to click on this access now right over here to access my Pabbly Connects account, and once I'm just going to click on this access now, it is going to open the dashboard of my Pabbly Connects account. And to get started, I'm simply going to click on this button which says create workflow, and now it is asking me for the workflow name and the folder I want to save the workflow in. So over here on my dashboard you can see multiple folders which I've already created in which I save my workflows. So if you also want to create a new folder, you can go towards this create new folder button and create your own. I've already created many, so I'm just going to save my workflow in one of these only, which is automations, and now I'm just going to name my workflow as this: generate e-commerce blog content using an AI agent. And then we are simply going to click on this button which says create, and once I'm just going to click on this create, it is going to open the most important window of our automation, which is our workflow window. So this is the most important window because we have trigger and action in this. Trigger and actions are the two main principles on which our workflow is going to run. Trigger means when this happens and action means do this. So by this you can understand that the actions are response towards the commands given by a trigger, and that's the particular reason that we can have only a single trigger but multiple actions following the commands of a trigger in a particular workflow. And to get started, I'm simply going to select my trigger application as Google Sheets. So I'm just going to search for Google Sheets and select it, and now for the trigger event I'm just going to select it as new or updated spreadsheet row, and now it is giving me a webhook URL. So we're just going to use the same webhook URL in order to create a connection between our Google Sheets and our Pabbly Connects workflow. So I'm simply going to copy this webhook URL, and then I'm just going to open my spreadsheet, and now from here we have to go towards this extensions add-on and then towards this get add-ons, and we have to add an extension in this spreadsheet which is Pabbly Connect webhooks. So I'm just going to search for the same extension which is Pabbly Connect webhooks, and as you can see that I have already installed this extension, but you can install this extension right from here. And once you install this extension, you have to refresh your spreadsheet. So it is a really important step that you refresh your spreadsheet, otherwise you'll not be able to see the option option of this Pabbly Connect Webhooks right over here in your extensions tab. And after getting this Pabbly Connect Webhooks option, we simply have to go towards this Pabbly Connect Webhooks and then towards this initial setup. And now it's asking me for the webhook URL and the trigger column. So over here for the webhook URL, I'm simply going to paste the URL which I copied from my workflow. And now for the trigger column, I'm just going to enter my trigger column, which is C. So the trigger column will be your final data column on which if the data is added, the whole of that row will be sent towards your webhook URL. So for me, the trigger column is C, but for you, it can be anything else too. Alright, so now after doing this, I'm simply going to click on this button which says submit. And once I'm just going to click on this submit, yes, you can see that it is saying setup configured successfully. And with this, we have successfully created a connection between our Google Sheets and our Pabbly Connects workflow. And now it is saying waiting for a webhook response, and in the notes it is saying do a test submission / record. So in order to capture this webhook response, we have to do a test submission or record. So I'm just going to open my spreadsheet. I'm just going to go towards this extensions Pabbly Connect Webhooks, and over here you're going to see the button of send on event. So we simply have to switch on this button which is send on event. So it is a really important step to switch on this button, because upon switching on this button, what is going to happen is that now whenever a new event is going to occur in the spreadsheet, automatically my workflow is going to get started. Alright, so now we are ready to do the test submission. For that, I'm just going to enter the blog topic, the target keyword and the product category. And once I'm just going to enter all of these details, with this we have successfully completed the test submission, and now these details have been sent towards my webhook URL. And as you can see that Pabbly has captured the response for the same. So yes, with this we have successfully completed our trigger step, and I'm just going to move on towards my action step. So for my action application, I'm simply going to select it as OpenAI right over here. So I'm just going to search for it and select it. And now for the action event, I'm just going to select it as ChatGPT and click on this connect. And once I'm just going to click on this connect, it is saying select existing connection or add a new connection. So if you have already connected your OpenAI account with your Pabbly Connects workflow, you can simply click on this button which says select existing connection and then save. But if you haven't, you have to follow me and click on add a new connection, and now it is asking me for the token. And to get this token, I'm simply going to open my OpenAI API key page. And once I'm just going to open this page, over here we have to create a secret key. For that, I'm just going to go towards this create new secret key button. It is asking me for the key name and the project. So one by one, you can do the same and create your own secret key. I've already created my key, so I'm simply going to paste it right over here. And now I'm just going to click on this button which says save. And with this, we have successfully connected our OpenAI account with our Pabbly Connects workflow. And now it is asking me to select the AI model. So I'm simply going to select it as GPT-4. And now it is asking me to enter the prompt, so I'm simply going to enter my prompt right over here, which is this. Alright, so once I'm just going to enter the prompt, I'm just going to move on further, and over here in this prompt, I'm just going to map all the necessary details. So yes, you must be wondering what is mapping. So mapping is a method by Pabbly which means inserting the data from the previous step. And as you know, our previous step was the trigger step. We have selected Google Sheets as our trigger application. So we are simply going to map the details from the response of our trigger application only. And as soon as we are just going to map these details, automatically my details will turn dynamic and change with every new response received. So one by one, I'm just going to map the blog topic, then I'm just going to map these dynamic values like the target keyword, and then I'm just going to map this product category too. And once I'm just going to map all of these details, we are ready to do this save and send test request. And once I'm just going to click on this save and send test request, my AI agent is going to generate me the blog content using the same details which I've entered right over here in my prompt. So I'm just going to wait for a few seconds till my AI agent is generating me the details right over here. And as you can see that my AI agent has successfully generated me the blog content right over here. And yes, I'm just going to add this blog content into a Google Doc. So I'm just going to add another action step. And now for the action application, I'm simply going to select it as Google Doc. For the action event, I'm just going to select it as create a blank document and click on this connect. Now it is asking me to add a new connection or select an existing connection. So if you have already connected your Google Docs account with your Pabbly Connects workflow, you can simply click on this button which says select existing connection and then save. But if you haven't, you have to follow me, click on add a new connection, and then you have to click on this blue button which says sign in with Google. And once you click on this sign in with Google, Pabbly is going to ask you to select your Gmail account, with the help of which you're just going to connect your Google Docs. And after selecting your Gmail account, Pabbly is going to ask you for some permissions, and once you give Pabbly all the permissions, your Google Doc account will be connected. I've already connected my Google Docs account, so I'm simply going to go to this select existing connection and then save. And now it is asking me for the document name, so I want the document name to be the blog blog title. So I'm simply going to enter this blog title and map it and click on this save and send test request. And once I'm just going to click on this save and send test request, as you can see that we have received the positive response that we have successfully created a blank document. And I'm just going to add the blog content in this blank document. For that, I'm just going to add another action step, select the action application as Google Doc. And now for the action event, I'm just going to select it as append a paragraph to a document and click on this connect. I've recently connected my Google Docs, so I'm just going to click on this, select existing connection and then save. And once I'm just going to click on this save, over here it is asking me to select the document which I want to update. So I'm just going to map this. So I'm just going to switch on this mapping button and now I'm just going to map this document ID. So I'm just going to look for the document ID right over here and I'm just going to map it. And now after doing this, I'm just going to move on further and I'm just going to insert the text. Alright, so I'm simply going to insert the text and click on this blue button which says save and send test request. And once I'm just going to click on the save and send test request, says we have successfully added the details into this blank document. And now I'm just going to add the link of this document right over here in my spreadsheet. But before adding this, I have to make this document a shareable one, and for that I'm just going to use Google Drive. So I'm just going to search for Google Drive, select it. For the action event, I'm just going to select it as share a file with anyone. So I'm just going to search for it, select it and click on this connect. Over here, if you have to connect your Google Drive, you can go to this add a new connection, sign in with Google, select your Gmail account. Pabbly is going to ask for some permissions. You can simply give Pabbly all the permissions and your Google Drive account will be connected. I've already connected my Google Drive account, so I'm simply going to go to this select existing connection and then save. And once I'm just going to click on this save, with this we have connected our Google Drive and I'm just going to map this file ID too. I'm just going to switch on this mapping button and map this document ID right over here which I want to make shareable one. And after doing this, I'm just going to move on further. Successfully we have made this field as dynamic too, and I'm just going to click on this save and send test request. And once I'm just going to click on this save and send test request, we have received this web view link, and this web view link is the link which we are just going to add in our spreadsheet, which is a shareable link. So I'm just going to add another action step, select the action application as Google Sheets. For the action event, I'm just going to select it as update cell value and click on this connect. I've recently connected my Google Sheets, so I'm just going to go towards this select existing connection and then save. And now I'm just going to select the spreadsheet right over here, which is e-commerce blog generator. Then I'm just going to select the sheet, and now it is asking me for the range of the sheet that needs to be updated. So the range that needs to be updated is D4. So I'm simply going to enter D4 right over here. But right now it is D4, but with every new response it is going to change. It will be D5, 6, 7 and so on. But you may notice that this D is constant, right? So I'm just going to keep this D as static, but I'm just going to map the row index. So I'm simply going to search for row index and I'm just going to map it. And now for the value, I'm simply going to map this web view link right over here and click on this save and send test request. And once I'm just going to click on this save and send test request, we have received the positive response that we have successfully added this right over here. So as you can see that we have successfully added the link right over here. So I'm just going to open it, and as you can see that this is the same blog content which my AI agent generated. And with this, we have successfully completed our workflow. And now what is going to happen is that once I'm just going to enter all of these three details right over here in my spreadsheet, automatically my workflow is going to get triggered. OpenAI is going to generate the blog content, and further we are just going to add that blog content in a Google Doc. Further, using Google Drive, we are just going to make that Google Doc a shareable one, and I'm just going to add that Google Doc link right over here in my spreadsheet. So all of this is going to happen in backend. We don't have to come back in again to our workflow to click on save and send test request. All right, now we just have to sit back and relax. So now go try this amazing automation for your own business too, because right now we are offering a free trial of Pabbly Connect. And while trying, if you have any questions related to the video or the workflow, you can directly comment on this video. See you in the next video with many more automation tips, everyone. Thank you for watching. So not only these applications, but with the help of Pabbly Connect, you can connect many more applications. So now if you have any doubts, you can reach us at support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can reach us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issues, you can follow this URL. And now go try this amazing automation for your own business too, because right now we are offering a free trial of Pabbly Connect.